SwayamPrabha. Digital India. Educated India.
So, welcome to week 7. Today we are doing week 7 practical. In our week 7 practical, we will be doing section view of assembly. Separately, we did the section view in week 5, but in this lab particularly we will be focusing on working drawing, and working drawing means we will be here doing the assembly drawing, an assembly of a system. So, let us come to the question. The question is draw the top and sectional front view of given assembly in the third angle of projection. A particular assembly is given here. This is the assembly. The name of this assembly is jib and cotter joint. This is a joint. So, what is this jib and cotter joint? The jib and cotter joint is usually used to joint two coaxial rods or bars together by the means of jib and cotter. If we come here we can see two parts. This part is called cotter and this part is called jib, and this is the bar and this is the fork. These are the four basic parts of a jib and cotter joint. If we see a photograph, maybe it might be a bit clearer to us. This part is fork, this part is bar, and these two parts is, this is cotter and this is jib. Cotter is a like wedge or flat shaped rectangular bar, and one side of the cotter is always kept as a bit tapered, so that it will be easier for us to join the two systems. So, I will show a video for your convenience, so that you can understand how this assembly actually happens. Look at this video. See, this is the fork, this is the bar or rod, this is the jib and this is the cotter. Now, see how the assembly happens. We are joining the bar and the fork with the help of the jib, and finally the cotter goes into this and our assembly is done. This is the assembly of jib and cotter. Now, you have a clear idea of how this jib and cotter joint works. Now, we should come to the drawing. This is our question paper, and as I said, this is the fork, this is the rod, this is the cotter and this is the jib. These are the four parts. The first drawing is sectional front view. We will start with the sectional front view. As it is a third angle projection, we will start the sectional front view from here. I have already drawn the reference line, as well as I have already found a place where I will make the drawing. So, let us start the drawing. The first part what I will be drawing, if you see, this is the front viewing direction. From the front, if you look at it, the outline of this you will be looking at. I think it should be very clear to you. If you look from this side, you will be looking at this face, this face. So, without wasting time, first we should be drawing these two parts. Later we will see, like after sectioning, what will be retained or what will be not. First, let us draw these two parts. from here we will start. The first side has a length of 20, then this side has a length of 20, then it has a length of 51, which includes an arc of 10. So, we will draw a length of 41 each. The same thing we will draw here also. The next part is this and this. If we see, the whole length of the part is 125 and this is 51. So, the rest of the part will be 7, from here to here will be 74. The whole length is 125. So, it should be start from here to (74) this side, (51) 51. If we look at here, here is an arc of radius 10. So, we have to draw that also on the both side. An arc of radius 10 first we have to find the center from here at a distance of 10, this side also from here at a distance of 10. This side, similarly 10 this side. Now, the next part is we have drawn this, we have drawn this two arc and this length, the whole length. Now, the internal part we have to draw. This bar is inside the fork. So, the dimension of the bar is already given here. Some part is inside the fork and some part is outside. The whole length is 101 and here this length is 59. So, a length of 42 will be outside the fork. This has a length of 10, this also has a length of 10, this has a length of 59. Similarly, this has a length of 50 line also. And we have to join this. This part we have drawn. Now this part has a length of 101 and width of 20. One 101. The two important part we have already drawn. One is the fork, another is the bar. But here the catch is there. We have been asked to draw the sectional front view. If this is the front view and if there is a section goes through this, this and this, then we have to draw the view of the internal part also. We will be able to see the jib and quarter also while doing section. So we should draw that also, not only the outer parts. So let us come to that. So actually whatever we have drawn, that is after the cutting. After cutting also we will be seeing this kind of cross section. So that we have drawn. Now another two part is left, that is the jib and quarter. Those two are left, that we have to draw, because we are doing the sectioning. We will be able to see these two parts also. If we look properly, that there is a kind of key from where we are inserting those two things, that has a size of 29. And what is the distance? It has a distance from this left side, it has a distance of 15. So that we have to draw. From this side and then a length of 29. Till this point. Here also it is same, 15 from this side, then a length of 29. Here our quarter will be there. The length of the quarter is 70. And if we look at here, some part will be outside, some part will be outside. What is the whole length? We have to draw. So, some part the top part it has a width of 16, it as I said already, like it is a taper part, and the lower part has a width of 14. So, that we will draw. This is 14. And this is 16. And we have to join this to get the quarter. The next part is the jib. This side is already there, like this has a length of 56 and this is 40. The 40 is automatically will be matched with this part, this from this to this is already 40, and on top of this it will have a length of 8, and this length is 7 and this whole length is here 22, here 20. So, first we will draw this 8 at a distance of 7 from this side. This has a length of 7, from here a length of 8, and if you see this distance is automatically by default it is 22, we do not need to measure again. Here also it is the same, 7 from this side, now a distance of 8, see. Now, the interesting part is coming, we will be able to see the jib and the quarter while looking at the section view. So, these internal lines we have to remove. So, we will be removing those lines so that we can clearly see the jib and quarter, because it is the sectional view. So, these sides of the jib is that is actually there is a fillet. So, this much small fillet you can even do it by your hand, and it should be clear to you that these lines I have removed, there should not be any line because it is the section view, and in that section view what we should see? We should have we should section this and this part. So, this whole part we will be able to see this kind of section, even for this also we will be able to see section, but these are two different parts, as it has been covered in the lecture that if there are two different parts we should do the sectioning line in such a way that there is a clear distinction between these two lines. Is it clear? So, if we do the sectioning here like this, so this part should have a sectioning like this opposite, so that we can distinguish. So, we have to do the sectioning. Let us say for this part, if we do the sectioning like this, if we do it like this for this part we have to do it on the other way, like this. So, now we will be doing the sectioning. We have finished drawing the sectioning lines for one part, but still we have to draw it for the other part. Our sectional front view is done. This part and this part, this was sectioned directly, and as we said previously also, we won't do sectioning for those parts which are actually joining two different parts like bolts, screws, in this case cotter and jib. We won't do sectioning for this part. So, these parts will be intact. The other two parts, the fork and bar, was sectioned, and we did show the sectioning line for these two parts. And for showing sectioning parts in two different cases, we can use different angle lines, like here I have used plus 45 and minus 45, as well as you can use different spacing also that I have not used here, but in your case you can always use. So, sectional front view is done. Now we will be going for the top view for the same. For this assembly, if we look from the top, it is very clear, like we will be able to see one rectangular outline, one whole rectangular outline. The left side will be starting from here and the right side will be starting from here. And the position of this outline we can easily get if I draw a projector line from the front view. From the front view I have drawn two, here one projector line, here one projector line. So, definitely the whole rectangle will be within those two projector lines. And it has a width of 20. This side and 20 this side. This will be the whole outline we will be looking from the top. Now, let us come at this point. From here the arc has been started, and if we look from the top, we will be able to see this line. This line is at a distance of 51 from the right side. We will be able to see that this line, and from here also if we draw a projector line, directly we can get the position like this, or we can directly measure from here also, from this side. From both side we can measure. This side also, if we look from the top, there is a change of edge from one edge to another edge. Here also we will be able to see one line, and that line has a distance of 42 from the left. either from this or directly from this projector line we can draw this. And in the top view, what else we will be able to see? We will be able to see the top portion of the jib and the cutter, top portion of the both. And what is the length of total length of them? 20 is for jib and 16 is for cutter. First we have to define the center for this part. This is the cutting plane that I have right now drawn. First I have drawn the sectional front view actually, but I should have drawn it later after the top view. First you can start with the top view also. In the top view, here is the cutting plane. Once you cut along this plane, you will be able to see this sectional front view. First I have drawn this so that you can understand the actual parts like the jib and cutter. That is why I have drawn this first, and now I am drawing this. This key slot has a width of 6. This side 3, this side 3, and a total distance of 36 I have to take, because I am looking at the top view. The whole 36 length I will be able to see. Which length I will be able to see? Till this part. From this part to this part I will be able to see. From here again 6. This is the key slot as well as the top part of the jib and cutter, what I will be seeing in the top view that I have drawn. Another important part is I will be able to see this part from the top, but inside the jib there is a cut. So, that cut I have to represent, and I have to represent that using a hidden line, and the hidden line will be positioned exactly above this line. If I draw a projector line, on top of the projector line, here the hidden line will be there. This hidden line is for this cut of the jib, and corresponding to this corner line I will be able to see another line here, that also I will draw. And corresponding to this line already I have drawn this, but if you properly look at the cutter, it is actually inclined. So, corresponding to this corner I can see one line, but this line will be at a distance from this line, again this point will be at a distance from this corner, and the end point also will be at a distance from this corner. So, for all of these 3 points actually I should see 3 different hidden line, that also I have to draw here. One hidden line, and in between this another 2 hidden line. Another and for this point. So, actually in this small area there is one solid line and 3 hidden line, one solid line for this corner and 3 hidden line for this point and this point. These areas actually we have to do that actually. I know that you are not able to look at this properly, but still you have to show this. Another point is when we are looking from the top, this part of the bar, actually the bar is ended here, the fork is started here. So, corresponding to this part also we will be able to see a hidden line, that also we have to show. This will be corresponding to this line. Here we have to show another hidden line. So, now I think we are almost done. This is the top view and this is the sectional front view for a jib cutter assembly. This will be our viewing direction and this is the cutting plane, and after cutting this is the view of section AA. Again I am repeating for you that this is our top view. So, if we look from the top, what we will be see? We will be see this part is this part along with a hidden line of for this is this and this. We will be able to look at this cutter and the jib from the top, and the cutter has some inclined part, that is why we put the hidden lines over there. The jib has a hidden part, so we have put hidden lines here. Corresponding to this again another solid line, and corresponding to this another solid line. So, our top view is done, and in top view we have sectioned it like this we have sectioned, and the sectional front view we have drawn here. In the sectional front view we did not section the jib and cutter, because already we have said you previously, like we do not do sectioning for bolt, nut, screw, cutter, those parts. Cutter is used for joining, this is a fastener, we do not do sectioning for this, but for the fork and the bar we will do sectioning, and those are 2 different parts. So, we did the sectioning with 2 different angles. So, with this actually I think we should be able to finish this. So, thank you all. We will again meet in next week lab.